Hi everyone, this is Athena from Courage Coaching. Thank you so much for stopping by today. In today's video, I would like to explore the topic of self-sabotage. Now, self-sabotage is usually a result of childhood trauma and childhood neglect. And self-sabotaging is something that we do in order to create problems in our daily lives, and it also interferes with any goals that we have. Self-sabotaging isn't something that we actually do consciously. It happens on an unconscious level. A very good quote by Nathaniel Branden is as follows: "What is required for many of us, paradoxical though it may sound, is the courage to tolerate happiness without self-sabotage." Now this says a lot. A lot of us will self-sabotage because we are not used to feeling safe, because we are not used to things going well. If we grew up in a chaotic childhood home, if we had alcoholic parents, if we had parents that were always arguing, if there was always drama and chaos, if we were constantly in fight or flight mode because we were scared that our parent would hurt us or that they would hurt each other, then of course we are used to this. And we may not know what it feels like to be in a safe, calm, and nurturing relationship. We may have always been told that we're not good enough. We may have always been made to feel like we can't achieve anything. And a lot of our trauma, a lot of the symptoms and triggers that we now live with are constantly there interfering with the way that we are trying to lead our lives. We want to have a healthy life, but it's very difficult to do so when this isn't familiar. And when something isn't familiar to us, we will still stick to same patterns of behavior that may be negative, that may be self-destructive, because this is all we feel we deserve, or because this is the only thing that truly feels comfortable. Another amazing quote that I found on this topic by Maureen Brady is the following: "Sometimes we self-sabotage just when things seem to be going smoothly. Perhaps this is a way to express our fear about whether it is okay for us to have a better life. We are bound to feel anxious as we leave behind old notions of unworthiness. The challenge is not to be fearless, but to develop strategies of acknowledging our fears and finding out how we can allay them." Now, this is very, very true. It is very hard for us to let go of that old part of us that lived in all this chaos, that felt unworthy, that felt like we weren't good enough. It becomes such a big part of who we are when we have had childhood trauma that to slowly shed those layers and to slowly work towards having a healthier self-image, to truly believe in ourselves, to try and increase our self-esteem when our self-esteem has always been really, really low, is a challenge. Change is hard. Even when change is for the better, it's hard. Growth is hard. And growth means that we have to keep pushing forward, that we have to keep doing things that are uncomfortable, that we have to have a therapist helping us, guiding us, pushing us in the right direction. But all the courage and all the resilience is within each and every one of us. And it is up to us to make these choices for a better future. And when we notice that we are self-sabotaging, we must notice this. We must ask ourselves questions. So for instance, if we go for a job interview and we talk to ourselves and say, we're really going to do well, we're really going to try our hardest, we really deserve to get this job. And then we may notice that when we go to this job interview, we don't actually try as hard as we can. We don't actually say the things that we very much know are important. Why do we do this? And if we have loved ones that observe this in us, if people around us say, do you know what, I reckon you may be self-sabotaging, listen to that. It may not be a comfortable thing to listen to, but I believe that other people around you can be very helpful in guiding you towards making progress and towards becoming healthier. The people that are intimate with us, our partners and our closest friends, can very much be the mirrors that we need. They can very much see the things that we don't see in ourselves. We all have blind spots, and these blind spots need to be brought to our attention. They need to come to the surface, because if they don't come to the surface, then we can't do anything to make improvements. Now, what are some of the most common self-sabotaging behaviors? Some of them are procrastination, thinking in a negative way, self-medicating with drugs or alcohol, making bad financial decisions, resisting change can be self-sabotaging. Negative self-talk is a very, very common self-sabotaging behavior where we don't talk to ourselves in a very nice way, where we have this constant inner critic that is constantly belittling us, that is constantly telling us that we're not doing well enough, that we're not good enough, that we're not smart enough. So negative self-talk is a huge self-sabotaging behavior. And this is something that we need to work on in order to improve ourselves and show self-compassion to ourselves in order to grow and in order to do better. You may minimize problems or deny that certain things are happening in your life. Denial is a big part of self-sabotage. You may emotionally isolate because it feels safer to emotionally isolate than to be around other people, because maybe you were constantly hurt in the past and emotionally isolating is the safest thing for you. However, humans are creatures that need other humans, so isolating ourselves is not the healthiest option. We do still need to reach out to others, even if it's just a little bit. Self-sabotage is rooted in having a counterproductive mindset. So disorganization and negative self-talk that is constant makes us self-sabotage a lot of the time, and in many cases we are not even aware that we are doing it because it's become such a habit. It is so important, it's so critical to notice any self-sabotaging behaviors by practicing mindfulness and self-compassion to help ourselves through any past hurts or past trauma, and trying to have a more positive mindset about the things that we can achieve. Now, if you would like to share your experience about self-sabotage, then please feel free to leave a comment below the video. That is all I wanted to talk about today. Thank you so much for watching and for listening, and I will see you very, very soon. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.